Hey there, everybody. Welcome to this reading. This is going to be a collective questions answers reading. So, what we're going to do in this reading is I'm going to have everybody or anybody who wants to come up with a question for the collective to come up with questions, and we will be pulling cards for those collective questions, kind of like we did the last time we did this, like a couple weeks ago or last week, whenever that was. So that's what we're going to do. So start thinking about your questions, and that's what we're going to do. Welcome, everybody. Like I said, we're going to get started in like 15 minutes. JC, hello. Dad, hello. Shelly, hello. Norma, hello. And Journey, hello. Val, hello. We are going to also answer questions first, and then we're going to get started. But let's see. Jennifer, sorry, thank you for the super chat as always. Really appreciate it. You say here, will I be engaged and married to my boyfriend in 2020? I would say maybe. You get the Five of Pentacles, which is like feeling left out in the cold, and the Ten of Cups, which is fortune after difficulty. Ten of Cups is a card of happy home, happy family. So, it's not really a marriage card, but kind of, it's like a card of forming a family. The Five of Pentacles would say maybe you like waiting, or it could just be you not getting what you want in this situation. I feel like I've said this before, Jennifer. Like I said, I would, like, my feeling for this situation is like, don't push it, like just be patient and kind of like, don't try to rush into marriage in this situation. I feel like you're going to get what you want, but just maybe not like right away, like right when you want here. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a good card. It's not really a marriage card, but it could just be you showing up in this situation. So I would just say be patient. JC, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, amazing weeklies. Thank you, JC. You say, hearing today, no rule may defeat my appeal. Oh, new rule. We wait a few days, then may have to try again. Don't have money to move right now. So you have the Queen of Swords, Justice, King of Wands, Confusion, Three of Swords, Heartbreak. So I don't like that. But you have the Ten of Pentacles. So this could just be saying that the Queen of Swords is like opening up to new opportunity. King of Wands could just be someone in this situation. Could be like a lawyer, something like that, kind of just dealing with the situation. Three of Swords is like just something changed. Like I always say, Three of Swords to me doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can just say that something has changed, or there is going to be a change in the situation. So it could just represent change. But you have the Ten of Pentacles. I would learn as much as you can, and I would also, the Ten of Pentacles is also a card of like other opportunities as well. Yeah, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is like weighing your options too. It's not really a card of weighing your options, but it's a card that says there are other options in this situation. I feel like that's come up like recently for you. So like I know that it's come up, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's come up more recently. So I feel like there could be like other options to either get the money, and I feel like you're gonna have to do research to find those options. But I would just say more delays. Seven of Pentacles, more delays in this situation. I almost feel like the delays are good though, because it's like, probably keeping this thing, keeping it pushed off, basically. I'm sure you want to get it over and done with, but I feel like it's like allowing you time to find things. JC, again, thank you for the super chat. You say, got a call about a possible financial offer, a better job. Yeah, this could be good. Death card is definitely a transformation, positive transformation. Hermit can kind of represent an offer. Not really, but it's like discovering something. So you could be like discovering a new offer here. Yeah, King of Pentacles, new boss, job. I like it. Something permanent as well. So I would say, yes, that looks good to me. Virgo Love, thank you for the super chat as always. You say, general reading, please. You have the, I like this. This could be movement for you for sure. Knight of Swords and the Chariot could be moving, or it could just be like a job move, or starting something new to make money, something like that. But definitely a victory coming in for you here. So I feel like just some sort of change leading to a victory. Knight of Swords, I think Virgo had this card in their weekly reading, if I'm not mistaken. But the Knight of Swords could just be you kind of, it could just be like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a daily routine change. It's a card of a lifestyle change. So I feel like this could be some sort of lifestyle change that leads to a victory in the near future. Love it. Journey, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, is Sarah ill? She's been feeling bad for 3 months. I feel like maybe, but Six of Swords is a card of improvement. So I feel like things will be improving for her just in general. Again, I'm not a doctor, so do not take this as medical advice. I probably don't need to say that to you, but I do. So that's what I would say there. Journey, again, thank you. You say, is job offer for preeminent accurate? Is it good? Two of Pentacles, the Magician. I would say yes. Two of Pentacles is like a back and forth card, but it's still a good card for an offer. The Magician says, like, this is kind of like what you will make of it. So, yeah, I would say yes. I feel like things will go well for you here, Journey. Ashley, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, does Joe want to be with Asia? Eight of Swords, Knight of Wands. Eight of Swords would say no. Knight of Wands would say there is attraction there. Eight of Swords could just be obstacles for the two of them to be together in the first place, if that makes sense. So it could say, like, maybe he does, but maybe there are obstacles that are prevent, or maybe she does as well, and just maybe there are obstacles from the two of them to be together, if that makes sense there. Ashley, again, thank you for the super chat. You say, will Joe and I work things out if I want to? I would say no. Five of Wands, too much conflict. The Knight of Pentacles is just too much like cautious energy, and it's just like things moving forward too slowly in the situation. So it's like things just being too slow in the situation. Too much caution, basically. Yeah, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a good love card, but really it's just like a sexual connection. So sometimes it can say that it will never develop beyond that. So I would say no with those cards. I'm not crazy about that. Intuitive Eileen, feel free to pop. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. But feel free to pop your question in down below. Intuitive Eileen, I will be happy to answer it. Welcome everybody that's jumping in here. We are going to do a collective questions tonight. So if you have any questions that you feel like could apply to the collective, or any questions that you would like to hear for the collective, pop them in down below. Actually, save them. But make sure to remember them, and in probably about 10 minutes, I'm going to ask people to type them in, and we're going to do kind of like collective readings. Intuitive Eileen, thank you again for the super chat. You say, will new long-term love enter my life soon? Yes, Sun, best card in the deck. So I would say yes, for sure. This is like you getting everything you want. Yeah, Page of Cups, an admirer. Could be a water sign, could be a fire sign as well, like Leo with the sun, but it could be any sign, of course. But I would definitely say yes. Page of Cups, offer. And this is you being very happy. So that looks good. I like that. Lily, thank you for the super chat. As always, really appreciate it. Is Shelly right for me? Eight of Cups, I would say no. King of Cups would like represent some sort of change as well. So I would say no. Eight of Cups is walking away, of course. Even the King of Cups sometimes to me can represent walking away, because it's like a card of the tides of the ocean. You know, like things come in, things go out, basically. So I would say no with these cards. Again, if you're having a good time and all that other stuff, by the way, you know, dating someone, then I would say keep dating. You know, there's no reason to stop dating someone as long as things are going well right now. Susie, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Will I make money today and this weekend? Temperance and the Three Wands, yeah, I would say so. These aren't financial cards, but Temperance kind of says you can have whatever you want, because Temperance is a card of turning water into wine. It's a card of like, you know, alchemy, literally creating gold from nothing. So I feel like you could make money. Three Wands is like needing to take the lead to make sure that that happens. So I would say, you know, this could represent if you have a business or whatever it is you do to make money, it would represent like taking the lead in that situation, or making sure you do the activities that lead to more money. Three Wands can like represent, you know, waiting for the perfect moment. And I always say with the Three Wands, you know, if there's something you're waiting to do, like in your business or in your job, just do it now. Like it could be to like ask for a raise or ask for more hours or whatever. I would just do it with the Three of Wands. So, but I would say yes, that looks pretty good. I like the Three of Wands. It's a good card. So, definitely a big fan of that. Ashley, thank you again for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say here, does Joe not want to be with me? Is that why? You have the Page of Swords here, Six of Wands. That could be possible. Page of Swords is a card of spying normally, but it can also just be a card of like immaturity. So, I mean, he could just be immature, or, you know, it doesn't have to be like a bad way of being immature. It could just say that he is not, you know, he's not at the same level. You have the Six of Wands here. Yeah, Queen of Wands. I would say, I mean, these are, like I said, it's always tough for me to answer questions like this when I get cards like this, because these aren't necessarily bad cards, but Page of Swords would definitely say that it's kind of like over. Six of Wands is a card of success, good news. Queen of Wands says there's still attraction there, but yeah, I just wouldn't keep yourself stuck in this situation, is what I would say to you with those cards. So I would say I feel like he's done with the situation with those cards. Where am I? Susie, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say here, Is my team going to grow and do well in sales? Ace of Cups, yes, your emotions overflowing, being really happy. So this is just a yes card. Yeah, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords says focus on team building, right? Five of Swords, not a bad card, but it can be a card of self-interest. So it just says, like, make sure to really focus on, like, if you are working on a team or whatever, make sure to, like, really focus on building the team. That will probably just lead to a lot more benefits. Ashley, thank you again for the super chat. You say, does Joe want to be with India? Joe has shown up twice now as a fire sign, which I don't know if he's a fire sign or not. It doesn't really matter. He's shown up as the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, so he could just be a little bit of a player, right? He could be a little bit of a player with this energy. He could just be trying to sow his wild oats, basically, with this Page of Wands. So I'd say it's possible. Two Wands is like a card taking the lead, so he might be wanting to take the lead towards this person, India. But yeah, in a lot of ways, I feel like he just wants to have fun. I mean, Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, these are cards of, like, wanting to kind of just get out there and have a lot of experiences. Ace of Wands, didn't you? I think you had the Ace of Wands as well. So I feel like he might be a little bit of a player now with these cards, is what I'd say to you. Georgina, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say here, should I pursue romantic relationship with Ray? Yes. You have the Lovers, Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands just says open up to this situation. Lovers, love, perfect match. The Seven of Wands can be like a little bit of a closed off energy, so it just says open up. I keep telling people it's the astrology. You know, we have Chiron and Aries. Chiron and Aries is about, like, healing independence, really it's about, like, healing the masculine. And so, you know, we could be feeling a little bit more, like, independent, or we could be feeling a little bit more like we want to be more independent in a situation, like in love. But I would say open up with that Seven of Wands here. Yeah, get out of your head. Seven of Wands, Five of Cups is fears of being kind of left out, or having, Georgina, let's put it this way. Seven of Wands, Five of Cups, it's like the fears of something bad happening when maybe nothing bad is going to happen. Three of Pentacles, he wants to work together on a team. Yeah, strength. There could be a lot of strength in this relationship. So I feel like things could be really good for you. So I would go for it. Jennifer, I answered your question at the beginning, by the way, but it was kind of a yes, basically, at the beginning of the reading. So definitely go back and listen to that, by the way, Jennifer. Like I said, I answered you, like, right at the beginning, but it was, you had the Ten of Cups and something else, and you have the Empress here now, so I would basically say yes, but I also would say, like, don't rush the situation. That's what I said at the beginning, is I basically said, like, don't try to rush into the situation. I feel like that would be a bad idea with these cards. And also, just thinking back to other cards you've had with me, I would say, like, don't try to rush it. But yes, I feel like you will get what you want. Susie, thank you for the super chat. Again, really appreciate it. You say, well, I feel like you will. The star to me literally represents traveling. I always say that stars are far away, right? So can just represent traveling, going to a new place. Yeah, Six of Cups, happiness, fun. And I'm assuming that you would have fun in the Bahamas. So I would say yes with these cards. Love it. Looks really good. Looks amazing. All right. Welcome everybody that's here, by the way. So tonight we are going to do a bunch of collective questions, or as many as we can possibly get in. I'm going to probably do this for about an hour. So what everybody needs to do is think of questions that could apply to the collective. We did this like a week ago or whatever, and pop in your questions down below. But again, these are not personal questions. These are questions that could apply to the collective. Of course, at the end, when we're done, I will be taking more personal questions, but for now we're just going to do collective questions. Lily, thank you again for the super chat. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, love. So Queen of Pentacles is a new path opening up for you, new opportunities, you know, to find love. The Fool, just needing to get out there. I feel like love would come in for you very quickly. Ace of Cups, your emotions overflowing, being very happy. Yeah, Ace of Swords, two aces, that's good. So this is a card of online dating for sure, so it could be really good for online dating. But, yeah, I feel like you just need to get out there. Queen of Pentacles can be, like, a little bit skeptical, you know, can just kind of be looking at things and saying, you know, I don't know if I'm really going to find love, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So I feel like you need to, like, get out there with those cards. So that's what I'd say to you, Lily, but that looks pretty good. All right, welcome, everybody, to this reading. This is going to be a collective questions reading for whenever you're watching this. It's going to be timeless, and I'm going to be answering questions for the collective. So if you didn't just hear me say this, definitely type in questions down below that could apply to the collective, and I will be answering them for the collective. We will be pulling multiple cards for each question. So we're just going to get started. And V Love, thank you for popping in a question. I actually don't know how many people are. Well, we already got some good questions, but V-Love, you say here, collective question, finances for 2020. So for everyone here that's watching this video in the collective, we are going to look into finances here and see what is coming up for everybody. Does anybody know if my... Does anybody know if the shuffling sounds quieter on the microphone? Let me know as well. I'm trying to fix the noise level here, but I don't know how well it's going to work. But all right, for everyone here in the collective, this is finances for 2020. I'm going to try to timestamp these as well. Why not? For everyone here in the collective, for finances, we have the 3 cups in the world. Yeah, of course. I mean, to me, again, Chris's Crappy Astrology, all the energy in Capricorn. We need to work on teams with people, or we need to build up teams. We need to, like, work together, basically. If we have a job, if we have a business, even if we're retired, you know, we could still work with other people on our finances, or we could still allow people to help us with our finances as well. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is about, like, teamwork or working on a team with other people. This says, like, with the world, it says, with the help of other people, you will reach all your goals. So I feel like for everyone here, for finances for 2020, really needs to focus on building up a team or building up with like other people with the world card here. Next, we have the 2 of Swords and the 5 of Swords for the collective. Yes, and no doing things on your own. I mean, 5 of Swords is a card of like independence and doing things on your own, not wanting to open up to other people. So the 5 of Swords is like a card of too much independence. So I feel like for everyone, it's saying that you need to kind of like open up to other people. 2 of Swords is just like looking at other ways of doing things here. Since we're kind of like talking about things on a personal level, this question is, you know, how will finances be in 2020 for the collective? And so this is more has to do with just you. So this 2 of Swords is basically saying that there could be like other opportunities for you to make money that maybe you're not aware of. So the 2 of Swords says, make sure to like open up to other people. Make sure to open up to other opportunities to make money, or different opportunities to make money as well with that 2 of Swords. For some of you, it could just be a job change. 2 of Swords, leaving one job. 5 of Swords, leaving a job, going to something else. And finally, for finances for 2020, we have the Tower in the Temperance card. The Tower could represent some sort of shakeup or surprise. So I do feel like for a lot of people, there could be like surprises in finances in 2020. Uranus and Taurus, I mean, you know, definitely could bring up surprises in regards to our financial security or how we feel secure in our finances. Temperance is just saying be patient in those moments. So it just says like, do not rush to judgment. It's almost like the Knight of Swords, right? It says do not rush to judgment, or do not rush to panic if there are things that happen like financially that feel weird or that kind of seem off. So I feel like people need to kind of like just, you know, kind of be calm and see how things go. The Temperance card I actually love with the Tower because it kind of says you can turn your situation around financially in 2020 for pretty much everyone, because the Tower is like past Tower moments. Temperance is turning water into wine or turning a negative into a positive. So I feel like a lot of you could be like needing to kind of turn a negative into a positive. The other thing is that I always say about the Temperance card is, to me, it can represent that there are like other skills available to you, or, you know, it can kind of represent skills that relate to each other, but taking it to another business. Like I always say, I always use sales as an example, but it's like maybe you sell pianos, right? Maybe that's what you do, but maybe you could also use that skill to sell cars. And the Temperance card to me can, as far as finances are concerned, can just say that you have skills that could be used in a different industry, and maybe that's what you need to do. This comes up for a lot of people. So I feel like a lot of people need to kind of look for where their skills can be used for something else. So that's what I would do here. But that's the collective for 20 finances in 2020. I saw another great question that I'm going to look for real quick, and I kind of know where it was. Robin says collective for better flow after the retrograde. I love this question. So Robin, thank you. And we are going to do a collective for how to create better flow after all these retrogrades. We have Mercury finally direct. Neptune will be going direct as well on like the 28th, 27th, 28th, whatever. But let's see here. All right, so for everyone here in the collective to get into a better flow for after the retrograde, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords just says, you're coming out of you're basically in a collective retrograde hangover, so avoid the typical mistakes. This says, we're kind of like not out of the woods yet, so don't just go running around like crazy, breaking all the retrograde rules. Realize that, the energy is still lingering. Ten of Pentacles says, learn as much as you can or go back over things that you did learn during the retrogrades that we have been having, and that will be good. It's like kind of like integrating knowledge with the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like a lot of people need to look at what they learned. The Ten of Pentacles is success, though, so I feel like a lot of people are going to feel a lot more successful after these retrogrades. Next, we have the Emperor and the Page of Pentacles. So having a plan after this retrograde, and especially this Neptune retrograde as well. Like, I feel a lot of people, in the weekly readings that I did this week, there's like a lot of stuff about ideas or just people having random ideas, people having better ideas for their life and better things to do. Emperor just says, like, have a plan, put it into action. The Page of Pentacles is like the Fool. The Page of Pentacles just says take the leap, basically. It's a card of, as I always say, needing to have an effect on something. It's almost like, the Page of Pentacles to me is like having a really amazing idea, looking at something, but just like staring at it and not getting started. So I feel like pretty much everybody in the collective after these retrogrades needs to get started with the Page of Pentacles. The thing with the Emperor is, like, we can start like so tiny. We can start so small. We can start at the smallest point, and we can even just do something very easy to get started on things that we're working on, but we just have to get started as well with the Emperor. And finally here for the collective, we have the Ace of Wands. Look at this, Wheel of Fortune. Love it. So after these retrogrades, the Ace of Wands says, like I was saying, focus on your creative ideas. Wheel of Fortune says, focus on your personal vision. So a lot of you, it's like maybe you are being, like I've talked about before, I feel like people just in general, over the next 8 years, Uranus and Taurus, well, 7 years-ish, but I feel like people are going to be more pushed towards passions and are going to be pulled away from jobs and, careers and things like that. I think people are going to be wanting to work more on passion-based projects or like YouTube or things like that. So Ace of Wands says, start working on a passion project or start working on any ideas that make you feel passionate. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of success, and it's also a card of wishes and luck. So I think there's a lot of good luck coming in after these retrogrades as well. I also feel like this could represent a turnaround for a lot of people. A lot of turnaround energy. I've been talking about this a lot. To me, I feel like there is a lot of turnaround energy for everyone. And the answer is very simple. I also have a lot of people commenting on my video saying, I'm going backwards, things aren't turning around. And I just say, like, the answer is simple. Nine of Wands is the answer. Nine of Wands says experiment. Like, if you just look at the astrology, I don't care what anybody says. Again, this is Chris's crappy astrology, not accurate astrology, right? Well, maybe it's better than accurate astrology, but I would say, looking at this chart, everything in there screams experimentation to me. Like, Saturn and Capricorn, you could look at risk-taking, and you could say, like, this means that Saturn and Capricorn represents taking a risk. It does, don't get me wrong, but it would be more of a calculated risk. But on top of that, I just see everything as experimentation. We just have to try a bunch of different things. And most of our ideas probably won't work. It is discouraging. Like, people keep telling me how discouraged they are. I'm like, trust me, I get it. It's very discouraging. But it's like we just have to keep pushing forward, because when we get something working, it's going to work really, really well. So I would just say, whatever you're working on after these retrogrades, whatever you're doing, I would just keep pushing with this card, with both of those cards, really. It's like you're creating your own luck with this right here. I always say Wheel of Fortune, it's luck, but it's like we are creating our own luck as well. So that's what I would say there. But thank you again. Let's do another one here. Raven Picks. We are going to do your question. Raven Picks for the collective says, should we look out for what should we look out for in 2020? Is there anything we should be careful of? Remember back to the first question again. I think that, and I've even said this in some of the weekly readings as well. I feel like people should definitely be careful of. Not working together with other people. There's a lot of benefits and there's a lot of great opportunity in working with other people. Not just this year, but this year is almost over. So next year as well. But Raven Picks, thank you for the question. So what should you look out for in 2020? You have the Nine of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, everyone. Holding on too tightly to the past. Very simple. Nine of Swords is a card I call the anchor. To me, it just represents holding on to anything from the past. Four of Pentacles, literally holding on too tightly to the past. So I feel like this could be anything. Could be love. Could be, a business that failed. It could be a job. Pretty much anything. So I feel like a lot of people need to not do that. Nine of Swords, as always, no stinking thinking. Like I said, until like 2026, when Neptune moves out of Pisces, we need to be very careful with our words, our feelings, and the things that we say. Because we will attract things very quickly with Neptune and Pisces. And also other astrology that will be coming up as well. So I feel like we need to keep it very positive, and that's definitely something I think that everybody should look out for in 2020, is like their words, the things they say, all that other stuff as well. To me, like I said, definitely don't hold on to the past either with these cards. And that's all I feel there. Next, we have the Lovers and the Page of Wands. Be careful of players. Like I keep saying. Here's the thing. People right now probably think that they're tricky. They probably think that they're smooth and that they can't be found out. But it's going to be pretty freaking obvious, right? So if someone, like I said this last night, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So if you're looking for love, be careful of people who just seem like players. If they seem like a player, they're probably a player. Trust your intuition in love. For others, this could represent kind of a weird message, honestly, that's popping into my head, is leaving something too soon is what's popping into my head. But I feel like this is talking about work. So I feel like this could be saying, like, make sure if you are thinking about leaving a job and going to getting like another job as well, if you're thinking about getting another job, this would say make sure things are set in stone before you quit your job. Like, especially if you're making that transition, that's what's popping into my head. It's a very weird message, but again, that's what I would say here. I would say one warning for 2020 could definitely be to make sure that like things are set in stone work-wise or business-wise. Make sure you have everything lined up and then quit your job, or then you can leave with these cards. I just feel like there could be like a little misstep here. I would say, would it be the end of the world if something happened? Probably not, but it could be. I feel like this is something that could be avoided as well. For others, definitely new love. I feel like everybody should be moving towards new love. I get a lot of like comments from people, like I don't care, of course, but what I will say is like a lot of people ask me or comment my videos saying like, why are you so against exes, who hurt you, and like all this other stuff. I'm like, well, nobody hurt me. But really what it boils down to is like, to me, the reason why I will always say no exes, and I can't control what you do, is that, it's like you're giving your power away when you go back to an ex. You're saying, this is the best I can do. And, is your dumbass ex, who, like I say, ate Funyuns on the couch all day, is that really the best you can do? Probably not. You could probably do a lot better. So I encourage people not to limit themselves, and I encourage people to move forward onto other opportunities. So I feel like some of you need to do that. Move on to other things as far as love is concerned. And so that's what I'd say here. And finally, the final warning for 2020, things to watch out for. You have the King of Wands and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, overcomplicating things. That makes sense to me. Saturn Capricorn with Jupiter there as well. Saturn Capricorn says, hey, dummy, make things more simple. Simplify things. Jupiter gets in there, gets all excited, and is like, let's start that business we've been planning for like the past 3 years, but let's compete with YouTube, or let's compete with Google. It's like it takes your idea and magnifies it times a million. So I feel like this is saying, if you're starting something new, don't overcomplicate it. Start simple. You could absolutely, like if there was ever a time where you could start a competitor to YouTube and destroy YouTube, it would be right now. But this says you gotta start small first and kind of like take the first steps to make it happen. This is saying that overcomplicating things will be causing, over complicating things will just slow it down. It will cause like mud in a situation. So I feel like a slow trickle is that sounds so weird, but I feel like a slow trickle is what you need here if you're working on a project. I feel like, you need to, I'm getting all these weird sayings popping into my head tonight. I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting, it's like, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So I feel like you need to look at something as more long-term here. It's coming up as a warning. I feel like it's a good thing though. So that's kind of weird, but I feel like if you're working on any creative projects, business projects, look at it as something that you're going to have for the rest of your life, and maybe look at it as something that where you can leave a legacy. Don't look at it as something that's just going to be short term. So that's what I'd say here. That's why, think about how often no get rich quick schemes comes up in my readings, right? Why is that? Saturn Capricorn wants us to create things that are permanent in our lives. It doesn't want us to get on some sort of get rich quick scheme that could maybe last for like a year or something like that. I'm the last person in the world that would ever be against that either. So I'm all about it. If you can make a quick buck, go for it is what I say. But at the same time, I kind of understand where the universe is going with this, like wanting people to build things that are permanent, more predictable. Again, Uranus and Taurus, like wanting more security, but like longer term security. So I feel like that's what's going on here with those cards. But there you go. So thank you again, Raven Picks. Really appreciate it. By the way, for everybody jumping in here, we are doing collective questions. So if you have any questions that could relate to the collective, definitely pop them in down below. And I'm trying to keep track here and see what is going on. But let's see. I don't. All right. So yeah, if you have any questions for the collective, pop them in down below, and we will get to them. Reading Therapy Collective says, Sagittarius with Scorpio Ascendant, what miracle is coming up in the next few... what miracle is coming up next week for people with this particular combination? Let's see what we have for you. All right. So for anyone who has Sagittarius with Scorpio Ascendant, you have the Hermit. So a lot of clarity could be coming in for you. Seven of Pentacles. Maybe I feel like saying why things have slowed down. So I feel like you could be gaining clarity as to why things have slowed down in your life with these cards. So that's what I feel here with these two cards. That's all I'm getting there. Like you're understanding why things have slowed down if you have that combination. Next, you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, it could be like financial wishes coming in for you. So I feel like there could be, financial wishes coming in for you or some sort of financial fulfillment. This feels like safety or security to me. So it could be like a certain level of security coming in for people with that combination as well. Nine of Cups is like feeling satisfied, but also kind of feeling protected in a lot of ways. So I feel like you could be feeling that as well with these two cards. And finally here, you have the Justice card and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, kind of like reaching new heights. The Seven of Wands, to me, represents kind of creating a permanent block where you can never go backwards. So to me, it's a card of like climbing a mountain, but, he's defending his position at the top of a hill. But it's like he will never go lower than this point. He will always stay at the top of this hill here. So I feel like for a lot of you in this part of the collective, or if this collective applies to you, it's like you're creating a permanent place holder as far as money is concerned here with the Seven of Wands. The Justice card is like just putting energy into work. So I feel like you could be just seeing a better return on the energy that you're putting out as far as work is concerned. And I feel like that will be very good for you. So I like it a lot. But that looks good. All right. Like I said, everybody, if you have a question for the collective or anything that could apply to the collective, pop it in down below. I didn't plan this out very well. So, yeah, it's going to be all over the place. But T-Lin, what does the number 3333 mean? I've been seeing the sequence of numbers. To me, T-Lin, when you see sequences like that, it's just saying pay attention to your attention. Whatever you were paying attention to or whatever you were thinking about at that time, to me it just says pay attention to that. But I'm sure there are people here in the chat that have much better understanding of like what those things mean. So yeah, that's that. But I thought I saw someone else as well. Did Norma ask about Chris's crappy astrology also? Norma, I will be doing Chris's crappy astrology, and I will be doing it on Sundays. So Sunday will be the next Chris's crappy astrology. Probably going to be doing it about the new moon as well, but I will be doing it for all signs. And so that's that. Uh, I don't know if this is really a collective, but Space Lawmaker says, will men with little college have to work twice as hard in the future? No, is what I would say to you. I feel like college won't even matter in the future. Plain and simple. Saturn Capricorn is breaking down existing structures that have existed for a very long time that are pretty much pointless. So really, there's no reason. There are plenty of people that can, you can learn online about something you're interested in and gain better information than people who have gone to college. So that's what I feel there. All right. Cynthia asks, what will love be like for the collective? We kind of already did a love collective, but I think it was different. So we're going to answer this one as well. But let's see for Cynthia, what will love be like? Cynthia, and for the collective, what will love be like in 2020? We have the Knight of Cups, and we also have the Five of Wands. So I feel like needing to socialize, number one. Five of Wands, nobody wants to socialize because of Chiron and Aries. So like I keep saying, I keep blaming Chiron and Aries, but really I feel like that could be why people don't want to socialize here with these cards. The Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor, it's like literally saying that your dream person could be coming into your life here if you would just go out and socialize. So that's what I feel like everybody needs to do, is like get out there and socialize. I feel like there's love, plenty of love available to all of us. We just have to go and get it. For others, I feel like this could be you kind of like moving away from the types of people that cause conflict in love, and you're moving towards people who are like more caring, more nurturing, and more of like dreamers basically in love. So maybe, and I see this, I just think this in general, right? We are probably going to see the death of the bad boy, bad girl type of like attraction thing, and we're probably going to see people moving more towards people who are more like kinder, caring, stuff like that. People who are just good people in general. Like you won't be able to. What I would say here is like titles are going away in general, so I feel like people just won't be attracted to anybody who fits into any mold in general. Because I feel like people are done with robots basically. So that's that. Next, you have the Queen of Wands and the Strength card. I feel like everyone here in the collective is very attractive at this time. So if you're looking for love in 2020, again, get out there. The Strength card could just mean patience. So I do feel like people might have to be patient in love in 2020. But also could just say that a lot of people have to do things that they don't... that they never thought of before. People will have to do things that they've never thought of to like find love before. Like maybe you've never thought about going and dating, or maybe you've never thought about like speed dating or something like that. So this could represent, that's what's popping into my head. That's not what these cards mean, but I just feel like this is saying that people just kind of will be like, I'm not really sure, or doing things that they've never thought about doing to attract love into their lives. And finally, for the collective in love for 2020, we have the Nine of Wands, Queen of Cups. Yeah, the Nine of Wands says don't give up on love, number one. Again, like I said, Queen of Cups is like a card that says more nurturing energy, moving towards people who are more nurturing and caring and things like that as well. The Nine of Wands says, like, don't give up on something with the Nine of Wands. So I feel like don't give up on love. Nine of Wands also, like I kind of just said earlier, just says that you need to be more kind of trying different things to find love. So, I mean, there's a million things that you could do, right? You could go walk around the mall and get hit on. You could go to the bar. You could speed date. You could go on Tinder. There's like so much you could do, right? The Nine of Wands says try everything if you're really looking for love, and you will find love if you just try different things. So that's that. But thank you, Cynthia. All right. T-Lin says, how do you know or find out what your passion is if you lost yourself and didn't know what you really like or desire anymore? T-Lin, that's not really a question to pull cards on, but I am going to answer it, and I am going to pull cards on it. I feel like it's a multi-question. So number one, I would say, what makes you happy? What brings you joy? So I feel like sometimes people don't realize what their passion is, because it's like maybe what makes you happy is, tarot cards. And you're just like, how the hell do I make money with that? Or how is that a passion? Or maybe your passion is like collecting stamps, and you're like, how the hell am I going to make money off of that? So I feel like people just need to realize that like literally anything can be a passion, and so I feel like anything that brings joy. So again, I lost the question and I got off track here. So for everyone here in the collective, we're going to say, how do you find your passion, or what can you do to find your passion? For everyone here in the collective, as far as a passion is concerned, we have the Page of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So number one, this is like a two-part answer right here. So the Page of Cups could just be things that bring you joy, right? A Page of Cups is a card of happiness. It just says what makes you happy, and that is probably literally what your passion is. It could be anything. I think people, like I said, I don't know what it is, honestly, but I think people think that like a passion has to either make them a millionaire, or a passion has to be something like more that a lot of people are interested in. But I feel like people like discount things and don't realize how passionate people are about like everything. So it could be anything. The Queen of Swords just says like, where do you have a lot of knowledge? Usually, if we have a lot of knowledge about something, we're probably pretty passionate about it. Maybe you know a lot about the TV show Gossip Girls, right? That's a passion. I'm sure there's plenty of people online who would want to hear you talk about that as well. So like start a YouTube channel about the Gossip Girls. I'm sure somebody would watch it, right? But yeah, this just says where do you have a lot of knowledge right here with the Queen of Swords. Next, you have the Four of Cups and the Chariot. The Four of Cups is like saying that you do have a lot of passions, and you're looking at them, but you're not like grabbing on to one passion. The Chariot is like needing to take control. So I feel like if you are looking for a passion or hoping to have a passion, the Chariot card says you need to grab control of this. Rob just commented and said, what if your passion is going on Tinder? There's a million things you could do. You could do YouTube videos about how to be better on Tinder, how to write a better profile on Tinder, how to take better pictures on Tinder. You could do videos about your dates on Tinder. There's like a million things you could do. So yeah, people are always asking me questions. What if your passion is tying your shoes? I'm like, there's probably at least like 90 ways to tie your shoes. So you could do videos on your shoes. Like people always don't try to trip me up, people, because let me tell you, if there's anybody out there that can find your passion, it's me, right? You just have to tell me what you're interested in. So Rob, there's a million things that you could do if your passion is just Tinder, right? But the Chariot just says take control with that card. Next, you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Two Wands. Yeah, more just taking control. Not really a good answer because the Queen of Pentacles is like, the Queen of Pentacles is a card of resources. The Two Wands is, again, needing to take control, needing to reach forward and grab the wand. So I feel like some of you just need to kind of like take control here with the Two Wands. I feel like a lot of people also need to kind of just like move towards their passions. A lot of things probably seem out of reach. Again, Neptune and Pisces is like, Neptune and Pisces makes us think like that we have an idea or that we're passionate about something, but then it makes it seem like huge, like something out of reach. But I feel like that's what we need to do with the Two Wands, is like just start taking the steps towards something in our life. So yeah, I would just say start taking the steps. Again, like I said at the beginning of the reading, a lot of experimentation. I mean, literally what I think people should be doing if they can't find their passion is just think about something you're interested in. Start working on it, and if it brings you joy or happiness, keep working towards it. If things change and you start not being happy, move towards something else. But I think once we start, like, I think what people need to do, if you really are truly confused about what your passion is just do things that make you happy and get it out of your head. And then it's like, just move with the random thoughts that enter into your head. So it's like, maybe the only thing you could do right now to be happy is watch an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's what I do, right? Because it's hilarious. But maybe when you're doing that, you get an idea to do something else. I feel like people, I don't know how to describe it. I can't even get the words out of my mouth right now, right? So I feel like what people need to do, though, is like follow that like happiness, or do something and then like follow the ideas that pop into your head. I feel like if you're doing something that makes you happy, then that will lead to another idea that makes you happy. That will lead to another idea, and then eventually it just leads to like a passion. So I feel like that's what people need to do. I hope that makes sense, but there you go. So thank you again, T-Lin. Really appreciate it. And let's find another question for the collective to answer. And let's see here. I had a bunch of them up here. This was such a bad idea. Who let me do this? Let's see. Charlie's Angel Tarot says, what do you think, Chris? Is 2020 going to be more attractive and positive than 2019? Yes. No doubt about it. I feel like it's going to be way, way better and just much easier. Jacqueline, yes, Jacqueline, thank you. Jacqueline says, holiday relationships, family, friends, romantic, how will it all go for all of us? Love it. Jacqueline, I think you asked this question the other day, or somebody did, and I totally meant to do a reading about it, and I forgot. So, relationships for the holidays. How will everything go? For everyone here in the collective that's hoping for relationships on the holidays, we have the Fool and the Empress. I feel like for a lot of people, you're very attractive at this time. Like I said, Queen of Wands. Now you have the Empress. So get out there if you want a relationship by the holidays. Queen of Wands, though, very good energy. Again, if we're talking about your relationships around the holiday season, just in general in your life, the Empress is a very kind, caring, nurturing card. So very good card for family. Really, it's a card of the mother. So a lot of you could be doing very well. A lot of good things could be around your mother or something like that. The Fool is a card of taking a leap of faith. So, but it's also a card of fun, right? So I feel like a lot of people will be having fun in general around the holidays in all their relationships. Next, we have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, I would say don't get all hot and bothered by anything family-wise around the holidays, like all the holidays. Knight of Swords could be like your, crazy drunk uncle saying something stupid. Just let it go, is what this would say. Don't turn it into a fight or something like that. I'm being super, super picky with these two cards. For others, could just be travel. So a lot of you could be literally traveling to be towards family, or a lot of you could be traveling to be with family or people in relationships in general. And that's what I'd say there. And finally, we have the Judgment card and the Two of Cups. Yeah, I feel like some of you could have love coming in. Some of you could have love coming in from the past. I would be careful of love from the past here with these two cards, just because of that Knight of Wands. I don't like that Knight of Wands with people coming back from the past. And sometimes I think people get lonely around the holidays, and then they drunk dial you, and they want to come back and they want to see you and all that other stuff. It turns into a big mess. So I'd be careful letting people come back from the past. But for others, it could definitely be figuring out what you need to do with the Judgment card to move towards love. Also good for family. Again, Judgment makes sense because Judgment can kind of be like a reunion. So if you haven't seen your family in a long time, you could be traveling to see your family or something like that. And Two of Cups, just happiness. So I feel like there's a lot of happiness there. So that's that. All right, let's do another collective. For everyone here in the collective, Joni says, how do you manifest opportunities? A person has to take advantage of their opportunities, but the opportunities have to come. Yes, Joni, I agree with you, and we are going to talk about that as well. So, Joni, let's see. Well, it depends on what type of opportunities you're looking for here. This chair is not cooperating tonight. So, we're going to have to do a fixing the chair video soon. But you have the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So I feel like for a lot of people, opportunities are all around us here with the Eight of Swords. But we're just not seeing them. We are keeping ourselves trapped in kind of restriction. We are keeping ourselves restricted for no reason. Ace of Cups says the universe is offering opportunities all the time. It's kind of a hard question to answer without knowing exactly what opportunities you're looking for. But we really have to create our own opportunities as well. An opportunity, like I said, is available to us at all times. Again, if you ever want proof, like I have been saying for weeks now, I can't get over this. There's a movie on Amazon Prime, and it's about a guy who built a rocket in his backyard basically and launches it into space because he thinks the Earth is flat. I'm actually going to look up the movie right now so I can stop talking about it and tell everybody what it's called, but I actually don't know. now I can't find it. But the point is that if this guy who has no education basically to speak of, he's a limo driver, if he can build a rocket in his backyard, then you can do anything. There are tons of opportunities available to you. Joni says career opportunities, that does help. So for career opportunities, we have to kind of for career opportunities, a little bit tougher, right? Especially. But for career opportunities, with these cards here, Eight of Swords says there are opportunities. Ace of Cups says there will be opportunities coming in. What I really want to move on to is this Five of Cups and the Death card. Yeah, there will be a change as far as career opportunities are concerned. But what I would also say with that Five of Cups is it's saying that there are just other things that you need to look for, or there are other maybe areas that you need to look in. I've been pretty much saying this all year. To me, if you're having a hard time finding career opportunity, there could be a few answers for you. Number one, you're applying to something too easy, and the universe wants you to apply for something harder. So sometimes I think when people aren't getting the job, usually I would like to see the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords to me is a card that says that the universe is trying to get you to try something harder. or the universe is trying to get you to apply for a job that's more difficult. So, that could be one thing. The other opportunity here is that maybe, like I said earlier in this reading, that there could be job opportunities that are just different than what you are normally used to. Or you could have job opportunities that are just in a different field. Like maybe you work in one industry, maybe there's another industry that still like applies to you, but maybe it's different. So the Five of Cups, like is saying, you're focused on these two cups that have fallen down. You're not focused on the three cups, but just saying like maybe there are other opportunities that you need to kind of look at basically, or maybe there are other industries or different things you could be doing. Another thing is again, maybe there's just like a totally different career that you could be getting into, or a totally different kind of job that maybe, like I said, maybe your skills still apply, but maybe it's different than what you're doing. So I would look for other opportunities, but I do feel like this is a change. Hangman, again, keeping yourself stuck in limbo. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands would represent like networking, so like networking might be a good idea for you. It would Eight of Wands really isn't a good answer because it just says that you need to keep putting out more applications, keep going on interviews. It's just a card of chances. It's just a card of taking a swing and kind of moving towards something. So I feel like more chances here. The Hangman could represent like needing to look at things from a different point of view. So I do feel like you need to like kind of like look at things from a different point of view and see like how you can change things. It can also say that there could be something you're missing with this eight. Eights to me represent like the tiny little details. So it could say there's like a mistake that you made on your application or on your resume is the word I was looking for. Maybe there is an answer. Maybe there's a question that they always ask in interviews, and maybe you always get it wrong. And it's kind of hard to know. It's kind of hard to know like what it is that's wrong, but I feel like if you really kind of like do your research, you will be able to find it for sure. So that's what I would say to you there. Sherry says, can you tell if I have done all my shadow work? Sherry, to me, we're pretty much doing shadow work our whole entire life. I don't think people should focus on shadow work necessarily. Like, I think a lot of these terms are just a general part of the spiritual community, and I always encourage people to not get too spiritual. Like I said, maybe I'm one of the few tarot readers that believes that. I don't know. Maybe others do, but I think people are too focused on spirituality, not focused enough on the fact that it's like we're flesh and blood, people. We are spirit here on earth to, have a human experience. We are here to create our own reality. So I don't think we need to do all this stuff like, focusing all the time on shadow work or anything like that. Sometimes I think, like, as far as shadow work is concerned, sometimes I think like things don't work out in our lives, and then we start looking for answers, and then some guy on the internet says, oh, you need to do shadow work. So then we do shadow work, and that's why we think we need to do it. We think there's something wrong with us, but it kind of takes our focus away from like focusing on what we should really be focusing on, which is creating our own reality, and not even focusing on shadow work in the first place. Like, it's like if you're focusing on shadow work, you're focused on the shadow. so you're just going to keep getting more shadow work to do. So I would just say focus on like, joy, like I always say, happiness, good things coming in for you. And that's probably what will happen. All right. And Elizabeth, I will send you the link. Kathleen says, why does the universe send someone in your life to get you moving, and they are no good for you, but it's hard to let them go? Stepping stone, soulmates, people. I don't believe in soulmates necessarily, but what I would say is that to me, usually if we're in a relationship where we feel a strong connection, but they're no good for us, to me, that just represents the fact that this person was brought into our lives to teach us a lesson. The other thing is I think sometimes we get into these relationships that are no good for us when maybe we feel a strong connection to the person, but really, if you really, really think about it, the person probably reminds us of us like maybe like 5 years ago or 10 years ago. That's why we feel such a connection to them. If you really think about it, like I think sometimes we get into relationships with people who are just there to remind us of like how far we have come in life, or they are there to remind us of like a certain point in our lives. And it's just like the universe saying like, hey, remember how your life sucked, or remember how you also lost a job a few years ago and went through a similar situation. It's like the person is just there to like remind us of something. So I think those are the two reasons why we get in those relationships, and we just have to kind of like move on or move away from those things for sure. No doubt about it. Space Logmaker, why go to church or Bible studies when you're in spirit in the afterlife? You will know everything about God and the universe. I agree. I think there are good reasons, though, to go for some people if you want to. Do you have to give up meat totally to have spiritual experience? Gert, no, I do not think you have to. I've done a ton of meditation on it. I'm not going to get into the whole eating meat, not eating meat thing on my channel. I don't want to upset anybody, but there are a lot of great videos, like by Esther Hicks, talks a lot about this, so I would encourage listening to her. I think she has a good point of view, but I would say no. But like I said, I don't want to get into any debates here about it. Do we have more questions? Maybe not. We've gone for almost an hour anyway, so I think we're good. If anybody has any questions about me or the channel, I haven't done a Q&A in a long time. I've done a Q&A, but nobody has actually asked questions about the channel or anything like that. So if there are any questions, I'll give some time to ask just random questions about the channel, etc. And then I will answer super chats and questions after that. So I will give everybody like a few minutes just in case anybody has any questions, but that will be that. Honey York, actually that's a good one. We will answer this as well. We are going to answer Honey York. Somebody asked about Steve. For everyone that's interested in Steve the chicken, he's right here. But YouTube got in trouble with the FTC, and the FTC is so the FTC is cracking down on channels where there could be, like, if there's imagery that could be attractive to children, the FTC is cracking down on those channels. Probably have nothing to worry about, but I also don't want to deal with the government, so Steve is going away for the time being until things become more clear. I'm not going to be one of those alarmists that says, something bad is going to happen, but again, I don't want to be made an example of. I doubt they're going to come after me for a chicken, but you never know. So that's that. Jacqueline, have I gotten back on my skateboard after my injuries? Yes, I have. I have a scar on my elbow right here, and I have 2 scars on my knees from my fall. But yes, I have gotten back on the skateboard. I'm definitely not afraid of the skateboard. Kara, you said you asked 4 times. Kara, what you have to realize is the stream moves really fast. I'm only one person. I can't keep up with all the questions that are popping in at once. It's really hard for me to answer them. And also, Kara, you were asking a personal question. At this time, I was only taking collective questions as well. So honestly, it's probably why I ignored it. But again, it's not personal. This is just the reading I'm doing right now. I do take personal questions at the end, which I will do. So feel free to stick around because I will be taking personal questions in just a minute, Kara. Or just a couple of minutes. But I totally forgot to answer Honey York's question. So let's answer Honey York's question. Honey York, what challenges will we start with 2020? I kind of already answered this question because of Raven Picks, but it is a little bit different, and I feel like answering it. So we are going to answer it. But let's see here what we have going on. For everyone here in the collective, for challenges you could start in 2020, some of you could be getting a divorce. So if you're going through a divorce, you could be getting a divorce. For others, it doesn't mean you will be getting divorced, by the way, so let's get that out of the way. If you're not going through a divorce, everything is fine, okay? But for others, this could just be other people, right? Other people sticking their nose in your business. So I feel like for a lot of you, this could be other people getting all up in your business. Here, I would just say ignore people in general. This makes a lot of sense to me. It's been coming up a lot just in general this year. So I would just say, to me, the best advice is to just ignore it, and I feel like everybody should just ignore it collectively here. Next, for challenges going into 2020, we have the 5 of Swords here and the Ace of Pentacles. Some people, like I said, literally, we're just going back to the beginning, because this could just be you experiencing challenges financially because you're not opening up to teamwork. So again, teamwork would be a good idea. The 5 of Swords is a card of independence. So a lot of you could be very independent at this time, wanting to be independent, but needing to, again, open up to like a group of people or something like that with the Ace of Pentacles. So that's what I feel here. Some of you could be experiencing a job change or a job loss, but Ace of Pentacles is such a good card that, like, I feel like a lot of people could be kind of moving towards something new work-wise with that Ace of Pentacles. And finally, you have the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Cups here. So the Ace of Wands is a card of a passionate new beginning. Knight of Cups is in like an offer. So I feel like a lot of you could be receiving offers and things like that here. But as far as challenges are concerned, this could be like players and things like that. So a lot of you could be dealing with players in love. I would avoid players at the beginning of the year, obviously. For others, this could be not moving towards your dreams, right? So we're talking about challenges here. So this is your dreams. It is your passions. It is things that could lead to a very passionate life, but it could be you not moving towards those things. So that's what I would say there with those cards. Move towards your dreams. Sandy Rose, yes, I have videos done for Minnow Life, actually, and those will be going up very, very soon. So I will have videos for Minnow Life going up very, very soon. And so, yes. JC says, I do not agree with Esther Hicks on a lot of things. That is fine, JC. You do not have to agree with anybody, right? So that is fine. I happen to like her, but you can feel free not to. I wanted to answer someone else. Shelly says, was it difficult for you to become an internet reader of tarot? No, it was pretty easy for me. I've had YouTube channels before this channel. None of them were popular, so don't get too excited, people. But I had other channels. Plus, I did video work before this as well for another business, and I was on video all the time. So it was pretty easy. I didn't really have to, like, I wasn't, the haters, stuff like that never really bothered me because I was already used to it. So it was pretty easy for me to do. Cynthia, Minnow Life is going... I don't know. I was going to do like a vloggy thing, but my life is so boring that I just don't know. I don't know if I want to vlog or not. So it's going to be about like law of attraction, creating your perfect life, stuff like that. So that's what we will be doing. Kylie, will I ever take a dance class? Yeah, why not? Of course. Rob, I am definitely into remote viewing. I've done a lot of remote viewing stuff, actually. So, yes, a big fan of remote viewing and stuff like that. I have a chatterbait. Jesse, you figured me out. I figured with the mask you wouldn't be able to tell it was me, Jesse. That's what it boils down to. And What's Good Tarot? Thank you so much for the kind words. I really appreciate it. Kylie, it could be me trying weird foods. You know, the problem is I can't eat anything because if I eat something that I'm not supposed to eat, my face breaks out or my skin breaks out in general. I'm very, very sensitive. This is what nobody realizes, right? Everybody says, Chris, you always look mad, you always look miserable, and all this other stuff on my videos. I'm like, no, I'm just very sensitive, right? Yeah, I guess I could just do anything. Jesse, thank you for subbing to the new channel. Really appreciate it. So, yes. Rob, I think the problem with remote viewing is people think they're going to see images in their heads, but it's not like that. There's a guy who I love here on YouTube. Technical Intuition, I think, is the name of his channel. So I would definitely recommend. I've been through 2 of his courses, and but his free videos on YouTube about how to do it are awesome. So I would definitely recommend going and listening to him. I think it's Technical Intuition. I think that's what his channel name is. But I would definitely go check him out. Is what I would say to you there. Amara says, can you give a quick example of how to practice to get started with remote viewing? It's very in-depth, Amara, so I wouldn't be able to do it justice. I would, again, Technical Intuition. I'm pretty sure that's the name of his channel. I would definitely go check him out. He has probably some of the best stuff on remote viewing. Lou M, I don't think so. Let me know who they are. Who are they? And what do they talk about? I don't think so. All right, so that's that. All right, someone said, can they ask their personal question? We've been going for an hour, so yes, I will take personal questions now, and I will be answering super chats, of course, as well first. But I will try. There aren't a ton of people here tonight, so I'll probably get to everybody's question for the most part. Sandy Rose, you say here, what are your 2020 plans for Minnow Pond? I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing right now. Exactly how I'm doing it. Those are my plans for 2020, just to keep it consistent and keep putting up the weekly readings. Definitely, I think I like these. I think I like doing these longer weekly readings better than the monthlies and the weeklies and like all that other stuff I was doing. To me, it's more organized. It's easier for me to do, and I think it's better as well. So that's how I will do it. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing here. Will I do new stuff? Maybe. Definitely looking for new ideas for the nightly readings and things like that, and trying new things there. Kara, will you get your CDL in 2020? I think is what you asked. I would say yes. The Fool just says just do it. So I would say yes to you with those cards for sure. All right. So I got to figure out where I am here. Teja Sweeney, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. X return any communication from him. I feel like that the Ten of Cups says date, so I would say I feel like it's possible that you will be getting communication from him, but I would get out there and date is what I'd say to you with those cards there. Ten of Cups says date for sure. Amara says, why did Gemini just decide to end relationship abruptly? Will he change his mind? Temperance, I would be patient. Three Cups could be in a third party, Amara, is what I'd say. I hate to say it with those cards. JC, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it, by the way. And about the delayed response. Jane Smith, thank you for the super chat. A new job soon. Not good where I work. I would say yes, 2 Cups. 2 Cups is finding something where you match up with it perfectly. So I would say yes to you. I feel like there will be a job coming in for you. Mekdi, thank you for the super chat. Mekdi, if you have a question, pop it in down below. I'll be happy to answer it. JC, thank you for the super chat again. Really appreciate it. You say, need to do shadow work on shadow work. Yes, exactly. JC knows what's up. That's the thing. Rose, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say here, a card for love. You have the Knight of Wands. I feel like there could be a fire sign coming in for you, Rose. King of Cups or water sign, but it's obviously someone who's very passionate about you. I'd be careful with players with this card, but at the same time, I feel like this could be good love coming in for you. King of Cups is someone very nurturing, very caring, very like sensitive, but in a good way as well. So I feel like this could be like a good person coming in for you. Mekti, thank you again for the super chat. You say here, I am a Pisces and start a new relationship with a Taurus man. What do you think? Shall I trust him? I would open up in this situation. I would say yes. I feel like you'll be fine. Queen of Swords says open up. Don't be closed off. And the King of Wands is a card of causing confusion. 7 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you need to open up in this situation. 7 of Wands is being too closed off, is what I'd say to you. So I would open up. Horman, will he message me? 10 of Pentacles. I would say yes, actually. So Page of Cups is a message. So, and 10 of Pentacles is one of the best cards in the deck for love. So I would say yes to you. No doubt about it. Moher, hello, Moher. You have the Ten of Swords. I feel like it's time to move on from the past here, Moher, is what I'd say to you. And happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Moher. Thank you for being here on your birthday. Lovely Emma. I didn't say if you'd come back. I would say you have the Magician. This is like a tricky person. Do you really want someone like this back? Like if they have a third party? That's what I'd ask you. I'm going to answer your question with a question, Amara. So I would say no. Emperor is like no movement. It's like no action. So I would say no. Stephen Gray, you say here, will my friend Sharon get the amazing job? I would say no. I don't like this. Yeah, I would say no. I feel like she should follow up, though, with that Hierophant card. But 2 of Swords is a no, if I'm being honest with you. I hate to say it. But, yeah, I would say no. All right. Robin, thank you for the super chat. Does my admin, Mr. Pooley, like my work? Yes, definitely is what I'd say to you. Chariot, victory, and success. So, yes, no doubt about it. Kylie, hello. You say here, card for advice on love. I feel like you need to be more flexible. 4 of Swords, maybe taking a break here. The High Priestess could be a Pisces. But it could also be needing to trust your intuition here, Kylie. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles, some sort of change, like a change in direction. Here, 4 of Pentacles, needing to let go of the past. I don't know, I could keep going on all day long, right? I almost feel like you need a break, or you are taking a break from love, or taking a step back with these cards. Nine of Pentacles is like taking time to be single on your own, is what I would say to you. Smiley Aries says, can a person cause harm if they have possession of your natal chart? No, is what I would say to you. If you believe it, then yes. But I would say no. People always ask me about voodoo and like all this other shit. I'm like, sorry to swear on this channel, but because this is a G-rated channel. Actually, I do need to make this channel more adult-rated, apparently. Thank you, YouTube. So maybe I do need to swear more. But what I would say is that voodoo, even things like voodoo, it requires your attention to work in the first place, if it does work in the first place. But it requires your attention. Voodoo doll. What do they do with the voodoo doll? People with a voodoo doll, they put it like on your doorstep or something like that, right? And it's so that you pay attention to it, so that you think it happens, so then you manifest it. So I always tell people, no, nobody can do a damn thing to you as long as you don't pay attention to it. All right. Blessed Mercy, in a Pisces in love with a Libra man. Any chance of us ending together? I would say no. Five of Pentacles, I don't like this. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which is like hoping for a turnaround, but I would say no with that Five of Pentacles. It's like staying out in the cold is what I'd say there. Robin, thank you again for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, do bus drivers know that Cecilia is upset with them? I would say some of them do, some of them don't. Literally, Two of Pentacles is like half and half, right? So it literally says some do, some don't. That's what's popping into my head here. Robin, again, thank you. You say here, will the new transition be at Catella HS? I would say yes. Six of Swords is literally a transition. So it would just be a yes for your question. Space Lawmaker, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Card for great success, the world. So it's funny because we were talking about this whole reading. The world says like open up to the world, and it also says to like open up to teamwork. But it's also a card of like setting goals. Yeah, the star, goals. The star is like believing that there is faith in your life. So I feel like you need to believe, or need to have faith that things are going to work out, and need to believe in miracles. I feel like that will lead to the most success for you. T. Troy, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. You say, curious why a certain 24-year-old kid has entered into my life to keep you stuck. I don't know. Eight of Swords. Yeah, Nine of Swords. This is like worries and fears here. So I feel like you could have like a lot of worries and fears with these two cards, but I would just let them go. I would definitely, I don't like this, is what I'd say to you. Nine of Swords is like being stuck. Eight of Swords is being stuck. So I would be careful for sure. Christelle, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You have the Seven of Cups here and the Queen of Cups. This is like saying get focused on love. Like if you're trying to attract love into your life, it says like focus on the type of love that you desire here. If you're hoping for something else in your life, focus on exactly what you want. Don't allow things to kind of like cause distractions or, you know, anything like that with these two cards. So I feel like that's all talking about focus. Yeah, Three of Wands, needing to move towards things you want. This card of expansion as well. So I feel like this could be an expansion. Irini, sorry, I did see your question come in. That's totally my fault. Irini, you say, I wanted to know if my account was hacked. There was a post with my name, but I didn't do it. I changed my email and password. Will everything be okay? Irini, yeah, I feel like everything will be fine here. Look at this. You have the Sun and the Ace of Swords. Best card in the deck, Irini, here. So the best card in the deck. And the Ace of Swords is a card of a victory. So I feel like there will be a victory for you, is what I'd say there. So I feel like you'll be fine. I feel like you're protected with that Sun card as well. But thank you. Journey, I saw you post a bunch of question marks. Journey, I'm wondering if you tried to type in a question. Journey, if you tried to type in a question, it's not showing up. So I would just try to change the words in your question because there might be something. YouTube just like blocks random things for no reason. So that could be that. Smiley Aries, with recognizing your soulmate, is it okay to pursue the person or will the person pick you out? I feel like it's fine to pursue the person. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. So that's what I would say to you. I would just get it. All right. Where was I? Kylie. You have the Strength card. I feel like you need to be strong at this time of the moon. Let go of your fears. I feel like fears could be holding you back here. So I'd let go of your fears there, Kylie, for sure. Cynthia, thank you for the super chat. Cynthia, if you have a question, as always, you know what to do. Pop it in down below. Tara, will Leroy commit to me? Nine of Swords. I would say no, if I'm being honest with you. Three Swords, no. Nine of Swords is too tricky. And hello. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the super chat. You say a few cards for new project. I'm just starting. Nine of Cups, love it. King of Pentacles, love it even more. Two Wands, love that too. So Nine of Cups says this could be like lead to wish fulfillment, or it is a wish for you, or it will lead to total fulfillment and satisfaction. So amazing, love that. King of Pentacles, permanence. So this is something that could lead to permanent change, or something that could just last a lot longer. I mean, to me, Pisces is working on this anyway. That's the point of Pisces right now, is to create permanent things in our lives, not like jump around from like project to project to project like most Pisces do, right? So this is like something permanent. Two Wands, something that will like probably reach far out into the future. So I love it. Six of Wands, success. I love this. So that looks really good. I love it. Journey, I might have missed that question. So Journey, thank you for the super chat. You say, I never got my super chat answered. If I will get the $10,000 loan with my current C-score. I would say no. I feel like you will get it in the future. I simply asked in my head, will she get it in her future? I would say yes with this card. So I feel like you will get it in the future. Honey York, you have the King of... I feel like he will pay, is what I'd say here. So I feel like he will pay the money. Cynthia, thank you again for the super chat. I just saw it. Is Scott interested in me like love? Hermit, this would kind of say no. Like, I feel like he is, but the Hermit is like, maybe he's like painfully shy. He's not being open about it. Ten of Wands is kind of like saying you need to find out, obviously. That's not really a good answer. Eight of Wands, yeah, it's like Eight of Wands saying the only way you'll find out is to ask. But I would say, I feel like he kind of is. But, I mean, like I said, here's the tricky part. These cards would say no, right? Hermit, not even open to the possibility. Ten of Wands, needing to release the burden. But Eight of Wands is saying, like, there needs to be communication. So I feel like there needs to be more communication in this situation is what I would say to you. All right. Christelle, thank you for the super chat. Should I be the one to make the move or him? Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. I would do more flirting is what I would say to you. I wouldn't come right out. But Three of Pentacles like willing to work on a team with you. Nine of Wands needing to get more attention. So I'd say more flirting here with those two cards. I feel like if you flirt more, he'll kind of make a move more. Annette, thank you for the super chat as always. You say, is he into my accounts? Computer expert. I would say no, is what I'd say here. I feel like these are just saying no. So I'd say no. Isha B, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Advice cards, please. You have the Six of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. This could represent new love. So I think you're in a relationship, right? But I would say if things aren't going well, this would represent new love. Page of Pentacles could also just say, like, don't spend too much time thinking about the past. Focus on new things. Could be in other areas of your life, like work or finance. So it could say, like, there's new opportunities coming in the future here with these two cards. So, but I would say focus on the new with those cards. Kylie, will he make a move towards you? I would say yes. So, you have the Judgment card just flew away, Kylie. And you have the Ace of Cups. So... I would say yes, because the Ace of Cups is a card of an offer. KK, you say, will I move? I feel like if you want to. This is just you. But it's a card of abundance, and it just says, like, the Empress just says, you will have the resources to do it if you want to. So I would say, if you want to. Robin, thank you for the super chat. You say, if I see James, will he try to get back together? I would say no. Seven of Swords is like fears, internal fears that don't exist. So I would say no. Natalie, thank you for the super chat. You say, will I hear from the person I want? Page of Wands, Queen of Wands. I would say yes, definitely. Page of Wands, messages, right? And the Queen of Wands, you being very attractive at this time. So, and it just says there is attraction between you and this person if this is love. Even if this is not love, this could still just represent communication because Queen of Wands is still a card of seduction or feeling drawn to do something. And again, so even if it's not love, it could say that this person is feeling drawn to take action, if that makes sense. So I would say yes. Rachel, may I have a card for love? Does my love interest feel the same? Do we have the makings of long-term healthy relationship? Eight of Pentacles, more work in this situation. Eight of Pentacles says there needs to be like more like energy put into the situation. So like more flirting, like I said, to the last person and things like that as well. Hina, hello. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, will my dad be okay with me traveling to Turkey alone? Six of Pentacles, Justice, I would say yes. Justice is just balance, but so it means like things will be fine. So I would say yes with these cards is what I would say to you. Lovely Amara, will I get a place again in 2020? Yeah, I feel like you'll be moving. Definitely. You're a Pisces, Amara, so yes. This is what I would say to you. Triple Gemini, why is Anthony talking to me? The Tower, maybe things aren't going well in Anthony's life, so that could be why. The Tower moment. Smiley Aries, you say local psychic said she can help with removing negative energies for an unreasonable price. Yes, I always tell people, do not pay psychics to remove things from you. Plain and simple, okay? Can I use my own resources to do the same thing? Yes, but here's the problem. This has been the problem with the psychic industry forever, is that psychics say, oh, I see some sort of demon attached to your back, and you have to pay me $1 million to remove it. BS, plain and simple. Do not pay people to clear your energy or anything like that. You can do it on your own. You have to do it on your own in the first place, is what I would say. If you truly believe you have some sort of attachment, it's like you have to be the one to do it in the first place. Nobody else can do it for you in the first place, if you have it. So, I always tell people some of my favorite exercises. Picture yourself standing in a mirror. Like, picture yourself as if you are a mirror, as if things are just bouncing off of you. That's one great one. You can meditate on that. You can get into the shower. Picture yourself surrounded by like an egg of golden light, and then picture water running over that egg, and then picture dirt running off of that as well. Great way to cleanse yourself. So yeah, you have to do that stuff on your own in the first place, is what I believe. So I would not listen to any of that, is what I would say to you. To me, it's BS. I mean, to me, that's what, this is not true for all local psychics. I'm sure there are plenty of people who are great at cleansing bad things off of people and all that other stuff. But for the most part, local psychics, that's what they do. Okay? So I would be very careful of that. Plain and simple. Veronica Jackson, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Two of Swords, Hierophant. I feel like you need to make a decision. Move on to something new. And Hierophant says could lead to marriage. So I feel like there could be love coming in for you in the future, is what I'd say there with that card. Yeah, I feel like you are in control of your love life. So I'd make a decision in love to date or go get love. Georgina, thank you for the super chat again. Really appreciate it. Should I pursue a relationship with Ray? 5 of Wands, 4 of Swords. No, this would say no because, 5 of Wands, too much conflict. The 4 of Swords is a card of recovery, but it's also a card of needing to think about something. It's like a card need to think if you want to do this or not. So that's what I would say there. Angela, thank you for the super chat. You say, may I have a card for this weekend, next week? You have the High Priestess for this weekend. This is a card that says, trust your intuition. To me, this can be a card of, kind of taking a break and, doing things for yourself. So I feel like it would be a good time for you to do things on your own. For next week, you have the 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. Having a very strong desire for change. So I feel like you could have a very strong desire to just change your circumstances in general next week. So, yeah, I feel like that's the thing. I just feel like you have a very strong desire for change next week. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles, needing to leave comfort zones to cause the change in the first place. This comes up for Leo. It comes up for Sagittarius, Gemini, somebody else, I can't remember. So I feel like you need to leave comfort zones to create improvements in your life with that card, is what I'd say to you. Raymond, thank you for the super chat. Card for me, thanks. You got it. You have the 9 of Pentacles, Raymond. I like this card. Card of resources. Card of luxuries as well. Having the nicer things in life or working towards nice things in life. But you have the 5 of Pentacles. Feeling left out in the cold. I don't know. I feel like there's some sort of turnaround in your finances here, Raymond. So I like it. Definitely a card of luck as well. Blessed Mercy, will my relationship with my Libra man lead to marriage? I feel like it's possible. 10 of Pentacles is a very good card for love and can definitely represent marriage. So I would say yes. Yanni, you have the 2 of Pentacles. I feel like you need to pick the new path, Yanni. And thank you for the super chat, by the way, if I didn't say that. And the 6 of Swords, yeah. I feel like this is saying, doing something new will lead to improvements, of course. 6 of Swords is, moving on to calmer shores. So I feel like you need to, move towards improvements with these cards or better things. Haley, you have the Page of Cups here, 10 of Swords. I think you need to let go of the past. 4 Cups is a card of an offer. So I feel like there could be some sort of offer coming in for you. If you're looking for love, could be love. If you're looking for other types of offers like work or housing or anything like that, could be some other type of offer there, is what I'd say to you. So that's that. All right, everybody. I will take a few more questions. So if you have more questions, or if I have not answered your question, pop it in down below. Ash, thank you for the super chat. How is he feeling about me? Ace of Swords, you already know, because you're a Pisces, that's why. And the 2 of Cups, love. So definitely could be love. Could be a perfect match for you here in this situation. The Ace of Swords says that you will just be hearing communication about this situation. So I feel like you will be getting communication here. I wouldn't even worry about it. That looks really good. I like it. Quana, you have the Knight of Wands. Could be a fire sign coming in for love. Could also just be you being very passionate at this time, or like working on things that you're passionate about. I actually like this card a lot because to me it's like a very courageous, very bold card, and these are like energies that you could be, embracing. Lou M, will I get a promotion raise at work? I would say yes. King of Cups, really good card. So yes, some sort of offer. Shelly, is the relationship with the Pisces going anywhere? Pisces, 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 right? You have the Devil and the Lovers. Wow, that is like the sun and the moon showing up together right here, basically. So I would say yes, but here's the problem with Pisces. I'm a Pisces, so I can say this, okay? Here's the problem with Pisces, is that we live in a fantasy world. So we can be more attracted to like the fantasy of a relationship than we can be to the actual relationship itself. So I'd say if this Pisces can remove their head from their butt with the Devil card, then yes, the Lover says yes, they can be. So yes is what I would say to you. I do feel like they can. Hina, advice cards for the whole situation. 10 of Cups, fortune after difficulty. Love it, Hina. I feel like things will go very well for you, is what I'd say to you. Yeah, get it out of your head with the King of Wands. Being too confused by things that don't matter. So I feel like things will be fine for you. Jacqueline, thank you for the super chat. Oh my gosh, this could go badly. Lay a card on me. You have the Queen of Pentacles and Magician. I love it. You can have whatever you want. Magician says you can attract whatever you want into your life. Queen of Pentacles is you gathering resources. But it says you have like the resources that you need to get what you want. So, or you will. And the Magician is a card of like using your powers of manifestation. So I love it. I feel like you can have whatever you want at this time, Jacqueline. Emperor, yeah, Emperor just says have a plan, but that looks really good. Anka, I don't see a super chat for you here, I don't think, but Anka, feel free to pop your question in down below, and I will be happy to answer your question. Raymond, thank you for the super chat. How will Cynthia view me at the Christmas party? Raymond, I feel like you need to be as cool and have as much fun as you possibly can. That's how you want. I feel like saying this is how you want her to see you. So I feel like you need to have as much fun as you can. Yeah, the sun, and I feel like she'll be paying attention to you as well. But I would like try to have as much fun as you possibly can. I feel like that will create more attraction, if that makes sense. Shelly can no longer hear me. That is weird. Janet, you say, what is the future about me and my boyfriend? You have the moon, which could represent fears. You have the Queen of Swords. I feel like more communication needs to happen between the two of you with this card here. So I feel like you need to like pay attention to like communication, but really not necessarily bad cards is what I would say. Valentine, unemployed, been looking for a while. Any view on employment? 701. 701 says there could be like other like things that you're not looking at. It's not a bad card, is what I'd say, but it just says like open up to other opportunities. You have the Knight of Swords, charging forward towards an opportunity. It can represent some sort of lifestyle change. It could represent like getting a job that requires more travel. Could represent getting a job with hours maybe that aren't that great, if I'm being honest with you, but at least you would have a job. Yeah, 10 of Wands. I feel like you're going to be releasing a burden. I feel like you will get a job. For sure. Anka, you say here, will my new online business venture be successful? Yes. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So, yes, definitely will be successful. Ace of Pentacles, there's really not much to say. It's a very good card. Yeah, Temperance. Maybe you have to be patient, but Anka, I would say yes, definitely. Ace of Pentacles is a card of money, being very successful. It's a card of a path, like being on a path towards success. So it says it's not going to be overnight, but yeah, I would say yes, for sure. Liana, hello. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Will Salesforce work out this time? You have the Hangman, 9 of Cups. Yes, is what I'd say. The Hangman just says, like, open up to different ways of doing things. I've been saying this all night, but 9 of Cups definitely says yes. So I would say yes to you. Sandy Rose. You have the Fool. I feel like it's time for you to take some sort of leap of faith, Sandy Rose, like towards something you want, and I feel like you'll be very successful. So I feel like I feel like you are over prepared almost with this card. I feel like you need to take a leap of faith towards something, Sandy Rose. So that's what I would say to you. Smiley Aries collective question. This Thanksgiving, should we go all out or should we just do moderation? Justice says what we put in is what we're gonna get out, right? So it says if we eat too much stuff, it's definitely gonna be attached to our bodies in some place, right? Knight of Pentacles. I feel like Knight of Pentacles is saying you can eat whatever you want as long as you're willing to do the work after to get the calories to get off, right? So that's what I'd say there. Audi girl, thank you for the super chat. I live with X. I want out. Do you see a move in money soon? I'm a Leo. King of Pentacles, yes, definitely. Nine of Wands says, yeah, definitely. Tower, a move. Tower is not a bad card, Audi girl. Tower just says a move. So, to me, the Tower can just represent a move. The King of Pentacles is a card that says that there will be financial stability coming in for you. Nine of Wands says don't give up on what you want here. Audi girl. Yeah, Three of Swords, still heartbroken. Nine of Swords, yeah, I feel like you need to, like, let go of this attachment. I don't know, I feel like pretty much everybody is still attached to an ex right now, it seems, in some way, shape, or form. So, yeah, I feel like, but really, it's just, like, a timing thing. So, I feel like people will be kind of, like, separating away from things soon, basically. Probably at the beginning of the year. Yeah, I feel like you'll definitely have the money, though. I feel like you'll be fine. Definitely moving. So, no doubt about it. All right, I will be answering a couple more questions, everybody, so put your questions in down below. Horman, will I be getting a job transfer abroad in 2020? I feel like you could, if you wanted to. Four Cups says you will get an offer, but it's like you need to be open to it. You need to, like, see it. So, but I would say yes with this card, so yes. No doubt about it. All right. Audi girl, thank you for the kind words. Really appreciate it. All right. Why are we subscribing to Sandy Rose? I like it. Good idea. Sippy time. You're right. Shelly, I agree with you. Marshmallows and chocolate. You have the world. So I love it. Reaching goals, being successful, could be travel. But it's part of integration and, like, integrating things into your life. So I feel like you could be, like, integrating new skills into your life. Ninja, yes, you have the star. Miracles, hope, good things coming in for you, so yes. Kylie, what is your favorite dish food? I would say pizza is probably my favorite food. If you can't tell, look at me. I look like I eat a lot of pizza, and there's a reason for that. Even though I shouldn't eat it. Plain and simple. All right. Honey Orc, thank you for the super chat. Will Michael spend Thanksgiving with me? I feel yes is what I would say to you. And the Knight of Cups. So, yes is what I'd say. Yes. Blessed Mercy, I would say, you say, is Romeo in love with me? He never mentions. I would say yes. Six of Cups is soulmate. So, I would say yes to you with that card. Elizabeth, what video are you waiting on? Or are you talking about the Rocket Man video? I will send it. Quana, will I get a job soon? Yeah, definitely. 2 wands, like literally getting an offer you have to accept. So, yes, I feel like you will be getting a job soon. Cheesecake, I do not like cheesecake. I don't like cream cheese. I'm a very picky eater. I'm basically, people always ask me, here's an easier thing. People always ask me, what are your favorite foods? My answer to you is, what would a 4-year-old eat? And there you go. Those are my favorite foods. There's veggies in pizza too sometimes. Yes, there definitely is. I really want pizza right now. I'm not gonna have pizza, but trust me, I want it. I think about pizza a lot. Raymond, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say you think they'll be interested from her, so look my best. Yes, definitely. You want to look like a boss here, Raymond, is what I would say to you. 8 of Pentacles, work it. So, yes, Raymond. That's what I would do if I were you. But I would focus on having fun. Cynthia, thank you for the super chat. Cynthia, if you have a question, pop it in down below. I'll be happy to answer it. You know, the thing is, I can't even say eat like a 4-year-old because, like, a lot of 4-year-olds eat mac and cheese, for example. No, I do not mess around with mac and cheese. I don't like mac and cheese, so, you know, I don't like that. Yeah, I like bacon, for sure. Yeah, no cheesecake for me. No, thank you. Yeah, chicken tenders is, like, my favorite food, probably, for sure. But pizza and, yeah, chicken tenders... That would be, like, my ideal diet. That's what I would like to eat all the time. No doubt about it. And bacon. For sure. Cynthia, Cynthia, did Cynthia type her question? And I don't think so. Cynthia, if you let me know if you typed in your question for your super chat. Yeah, street tacos. I'm a big fan of street tacos too. That's true. Quana, I answered your question, I think, and the answer was yes. Oh, no, I didn't answer that question. Oh, maybe I did. I'm not sure. Evelyn, I've been wanting to answer your question. You say, is my son going to win his child support case or have to pay money? I feel like he will have to pay money, if I'm being honest with you here. So I feel like he will have to pay money. Brenda, will I get to buy my motorhome? I feel like you have to be patient, but I would say yes. Yeah, I feel like you will. But maybe not as quickly as you want. Cynthia, will it work out with Douglas and Love the World? This is Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like things will work out. So I would say yes. Cynthia, you're not going to believe this, but I don't like eggs. So I'm very, very picky. Extremely. Quana. Oh, Quana. Yeah, I feel like you could move soon if you wanted to. But this card says you can have whatever you want. You just have to put the energy in to get it. So that's that. Kylie, I love wings. I'm having wings tonight. No joke. And having said that, I got to cut this off right here. So thank you, everybody, for being here tonight for this mess of a reading. We're not doing this again, but thank you, everyone, for being here. We will do it again, just organized like I did it the last time. So we will be doing it like I did it the last time, where I asked for questions beforehand. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to check out your weekly readings. I'm going to be putting the links to all the weekly readings down below. Nobody's going to watch this video, so it probably doesn't matter. But I'm going to put them down below this video anyway. So thank you, everybody, and enjoy your night.